Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. If you all would rise and raise the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
take roll call, please.
Commissioner Wire,
Here.
Commissioner Corbin,
Here.
Commissioner Shaw,
Here.
Commissioner Digital,
Here.
Mayor Denner.
Here. We have the agenda in front of us. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda? So move. Second. Are there any questions or comments? Not hearing any, all in favor signify by aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Under appearances and acknowledgement, we have one, we have Mr. Johnson, discuss code enforcement in manufacturing home park, Woodbury Estates, Northwest 9th Street.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Thanks for letting me have the time to present my issues. I want to make it perfectly clear that this is a complaint that the city's known about for some time. I'd like to get a quick solution if we can. And my complaints are the many nuisances and building code issues that Woodbury Mobile Home Park on Northwest 9th Street has. Just curious how many commissioners had the chance to drive through that mobile home park and view the situation and the issues that are at hand. Thank you. There are a number of structures that aren't meeting building codes as defined by the City of Madison's ordinances, whether it be materials, permits. For example, we've got steel siding on several buildings up there. They're a pole shed type construction, garages with steel siding and fasteners that are exposed. Now that's a no-no according to the building code ordinances of Madison. In fact, being on the planning commission, we went back and forth on one issue of a new building on East 34. They're 200-300 feet off the highway, and they were concerned that somebody might see the screw heads on the building, which I thought was a little silly. But we've got the same thing in a mobile home park. For instance, I can show you pictures and print pictures, but you know, by driving up there, you can see this. We've got storage sheds with half of the roof just rotted off. There's no reason to have it. The roof leaks, you know, whatever comes down fills the shed. There are abandoned storage sheds. There are storage sheds that can't be used anymore. They're all beat to tar. Then we come to the rodents, the rats, the mice, and the vermin. And when I was tearing, I probably told you that before, when I was tearing the three structures down, I mean, the lawn was actually moving. And it wasn't just because we've got abandoned trailer homes. The skirting, the underneath is, you know, very conducive to mice. I mean, there are buildings in Madison that are new. And if you walk around the perimeter in the landscape, they've got poison mouse traps that actually keep the poison mouse confined. So, you know, no other animal can eat them. So mice are prevalent, and this is an opportunity for them to multiply and grow. Like I think I said last week on public comment, there's 71 cats that were trapped in one dwelling. And I talked to some animal people, and they said, you know, you got fleas, you got lice, you got rabies, you got cat scratch fever. I mean, with the elementary school being there, I mean, we've had pit bulls over there. My wife's a pair over there. And she said, not that many times, but it only takes once. The other thing is the trailers or the mobile homes that they're moving in, some of them are FEMA mobile homes, and that's for temporary housing. They're, you know, they look like a semi with siding because they got the cooling heating unit like a reefer semi. They were never made for long-term residents. And then, you know, I've talked to the manager, I've talked to the owner, and they said, well, we're telling these residents to, you know, they got to get these things painted and they got to do, you know, improve the siding or the skirting and what have you. And I think I was last week saying, you know, you paint an old rusty car, you got an old rusty car with a paint job. They're past their useful life. Many of these mobile homes are between 40, 50, and 60 plus years. I just tore my mobile home down that's the neighbor to the trailer court, and it was 55 years. Now, the ironic thing of it is mine that I tore down was in better shape than a lot of those. And I thought, you can't live in it anymore. It's done. Its useful life is gone. But the ironic thing is I've got residents coming over wanting salvage pieces, siding, doors. I let them have a piece of siding. I said, no, I'm not giving you the doors. You know, they're going to the landfill. If I don't think they're worth saving, I'm not going to give them to you. I don't care, you know, what you think. They're junk. They're useless. So, like I said, mine was 55 years old, but where we come down to, you know, the meat of the case is the definition of nuisances according to the city of Madison. You go under chapter 12, section 12.1, item 6, and it says, item 6, it says essentially interferes with the comfortable enjoyment of life and property or tends to depreciate the value of the property of others. And I can line up 47 realtors and tell you that if it was a decent mobile home, or park, it wouldn't be a big problem. But the junk and the disarray and the discourse that's in that place is phenomenal. And then you go on to the second ordinance, chapter 12, section 12.2, items 3 and 4, and it states that you can't have any condition which provides a harborage of rats, mice, snakes, or vermin. We've had all that. In fact, I had one trailer, to give you a little background, we replaced the water valve, the main one that goes into the trailer court. So we had to shut down a city main. But then we needed to charge it back up. So we had to have some pressure reliefs. So the guy next door says, oh, you can use my trailer. You can open up the faucets. I walked in there and the dishes started moving. The dirty dishes started moving in the sink. I said, I ain't going in there. There's rats in there. Anyway, so we go back to section 4 or paragraph 4 of section 12.2, and it says any building or structure which is in such a dilapidated condition that is unfit for human habitation or kept in such an unsanitary condition that it's a menace to the health of the people residing in the vicinity thereof or present a more than ordinary dangerous fire hazard in the vicinity where it's located. I mean, I'm reading right off of your city of Madison ordinances. And I guess in my simple mind, it's pretty plain, pretty clear. And just to give you an idea, the taxes that the mobile home park pays are $4,500 a year for 12.5 acres. I have 0.167 acres where the twin homes sit on, and I pay $1,000 a month. So the revenue isn't even comparable. If you took those numbers and the value of the lot that the twin home sat on, I should have been paying $60 a year taxes. I was paying 6 or 7 right in there. I mean, there's a lot of inequities, I guess is where I'm going with this. But do you have any questions for me or any comments, any remedies, any?
I don't have questions, no, I appreciate you being very forward. From my side, but I would like to get that cleaned up, just like probably every one of us do, and I'm sure there's gonna have to be proper protocol we're gonna have to follow to do that.
And I talked to the city of Brandon, their city administrator, and I said, do you have any trailer courts, parks, whatever? He says, no. He said, we do allow them, but nobody has ever approached us. And he said, I said, well, what are your requirements? And he said, well, they have to be a minimum of 5 acres and there are lot dimension. And we didn't get into that. But he said, however, the thing that we like is there is a 25-foot landscape buffer area on all sides of the trailer park. And I said, we mean just like green space and whatever? No, he said, trees, shrubs. You know, it's landscaped. It's nice on 4 sides for 25 feet wide. And, you know, you drive past that trailer park, like if you had a visitor that took a turn, bringing their kid to college or something, I mean, that's crazy. But, excuse me, anything else?
Thanks for the information.
Thanks for your time.
Move down in consent calendar. Do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So, second.
All in favor, signify by aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Move down into unfinished business. Second reading on the ordinance number 1635 chicken ordinance. Do I have a motion to approve the second reading ordinance number 1635 chicken ordinance?
Make a motion to approve second reading ordinance number 1635 chicken ordinance.
Second that. Okay. Any further comments or discussion?
I did have one constituent reach out to me and express their dissatisfaction with it, and my response to them was that we had nobody sitting in the audience to go against it, so at that point, that's why it was voted in at this point, so. And I don't know if we have anybody here tonight that wants to talk about it either, so. I guess if people are against it, they're more than welcome to come in and speak their concerns, but we don't have anybody here. It's the purpose of public government, in my opinion, so.
Any other comments? Not hearing any. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. We have nothing under new business. About public comment. Okay. Any announcements?
I do have a quick announcement. I was approached by a couple members of the public too about some stray dogs and cats. And I just wanted to reiterate that if you ever do see that, in any circumstance, to call Madison PD. And then either them or animal control will take care of those issues.
Any other announcements? Not hearing any. Do I have a motion to go into exec session?
So moved.
Second. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Go into exec session.